Past several weeks I've been working on the Barracuda kind of on and off. Done little things to it here and there, like put my new valve covers on and put some electric fans on the shroud I made, and just little things. Put some bolts in the water pump pulley, stuff like that. But I did do kind of a one major piece of the puzzle over the several weeks. It just took me a while to get it finished up, but I'll show you. It's a Pypes exhaust system. I got it finished up, and I figured I'd share some of my thoughts on it for anybody else who might be curious about it. See, my whole purpose here was to order an exhaust kit that I could kind of throw up in the car and not have to fabricate it, you know, just put it in here, some trim in here and there, and belt it up, tighten clamps, and be done. Wasn't really the case. So this is the hybrid 3-inch X pipe to 2.5-inch tailpipes out back that Pypes offers, and I got the Violator mufflers. Car doesn't run yet, so I can't do a sound clip of it or anything here in this video, but I'll get to that soon, hopefully. Anyways, with the kit, you get these U-bolt style clamps, which I mean, I don't love, but they work. So I tried to upgrade mine by ordering these band style clamps that are stainless. This is a stainless kit also. And so yeah, it's advertised as a crossmember back kit. So with that in mind, you gotta figure out how to get from your headers to your exhaust. So I'll show you what I did. I had known, you know, beforehand that I'd have to do a little bit of fabrication there. And luckily, all I had to do was order up two 245s. That's all I did. Just literally put them together from here, a straight pipe, 45, and then just straight to another 45 and into the Pypes exhaust right there. So I got lucky there. It took me some time to fabricate because I don't do this kind of stuff all the time. It took me a lot of figuring, but I got it. So I knew that was gonna happen. So anyways, in the instructions, they tell you to start at the tailpipes and move forward. So hang your tailpipes, mock it up, you know, and that way you get kind of where your X pipe's got to be. It tells you to kind of place your center of your X here, like I think it was like 8 to 12 inches behind the tail housing of the transmission. I can't remember exactly, but so I mocked all that up and kind of figured that out. So you gotta basically, that lets you know where you need to cut these, I think, so that you can get that X pipe where it needs to be. So you cut some length off of these pieces that fit into the X to get that positioned. And then you have to cut, I think I had to cut these. I don't remember if I cut these actually. I may not have had to cut these. But anyway, yeah. You gotta do some trimming to get the location correct. But that's where kind of like the simple modifications ended, I guess. Sorta. I mean, it was just the tailpipes were a major fight. They're 2.5-inch because of, I guess, clearance issues. They'd make it easier to run a 2.5-inch pipe through here instead of a 3. But I mean, the driver's side's good. There's not a whole lot of stuff to hit there. You know, with the fuel tank, the way it's shifted over there towards the passenger side, it makes it tight for that tailpipe. So that was basically the major issue. And the tailpipes that they send you, you know, they come here, and you can see where I had to cut it and change it. But basically, these from Pypes, they kink over like that. I think they do it somewhere up here, though. I mean, pretty sure they clear the fuel tank. They kink over like that, and then they travel and then go back this way. So they don't line up with the tailpipe or tip cutouts on this car. It's a Formula S, so I wanted to run the factory style tips on it. So I ordered those to put on it, And then when you go to fit up the tailpipes, they have that kink right here, and it kind of lands right where these got to go. So when you cut the tailpipes off, it's at that angled section. So if you was to slip your tip on it, obviously it would be at a wacky angle. It's just not gonna work. So I had to cut them far back here where they're straight, and then order a straight piece to slip onto that to extend it out to where my tip is. So that solved that issue, but I had to order and wait on more things. And then, as you can see here, it's super tight up against the fuel tank there. And I mean, I shifted and I did all kinds of stuff to try to make it work, get more clearance, but I just could not get more clearance out of it. It's not touching right now. I'm not sure if it will. I mean, I've just fought with it for so long, I'm just gonna leave it like this. And when I start driving it, if I start hearing rattling, I'll have to address it later. But I ended up having to modify this mount here. This is the factory tip hanger mount, whatever you want to call it. I cut the original vertical piece off here that mounts to the frame rail and shifted it to the outside of the mount. It's shifted my tip that way in order to get this away from the fuel tank. And obviously you see I bent the pinch seam up. So wasn't super happy with how that went, just because of how much you pay for a kit like that. You know, you expect it to kind of go together a little better than that. But whatever, you know, it is what it is. But yeah, I mean, you would think they would at least build these kits. I mean, it's for A-body Chrysler, and you know, several A-bodies got these cutouts, the Formula S Barracudas, Darts. So you would think they would leave this straight here, or I don't know what they're doing with that kink, but at least make it modifiable to slip these tips on. Anyway, so that's my biggest complaint. And second, I had to put a jack in this X pipe right here and spread it, because when I originally mocked all this up, it was just really tight in here, and that was making this clearance issue even worse, where the tailpipes were pulled inboard and just squeezing the fuel tank. So I put a floor jack between this out on the floor and jacked it up in order to spread these as much as I could. And honestly, I mean, you could see there, it could probably go some more to help with that clearance. I tried to do it under the car. I didn't want to take this back out because it was such a major fight, and I did it by myself, so it's a little more difficult, I guess. But yeah, it could use to be spread some more. I tried with a scissor jack in here and a piece of wood between it and just cranking on it. It gets a little sketchy. I feel like I'm gonna bust that weld seam right there. But it's in here and it's working. But yeah, I think if I was to do it again, I mean, the amount of time and extra material, I mean, it's just a couple pieces that I had to order, but the amount of time and fight that I have in trying to get these tailpipes to work out, I think that if I was to do it again, I'd just order the X pipe from Pypes, if that's where you want to get, or wherever, just a universal X pipe, and get that all up under the car nice with your mufflers. And then I feel like I'd probably get somebody to custom make the tailpipes, because like I said, the time and effort I have invested in doing it, you could pay for some nice fitting custom tailpipes, I'd say. But I mean, it may work out on cars that don't need the tips to come out in that specific area. I don't know. I mean, it's still, I don't understand why it's so tight on that fuel tank. It's blowing my mind. I mean, I don't think that's location's any different than any other A-body, but I don't know, just saying. They're pretty pricey and still require decent modifications and a whole lot of effort. And I mean, I wish they'd come with those nice band clamps to those U-bolt clamps. They're zinc plated. I mean, you get a stainless exhaust system and they send you zinc U-bolts and stuff. I don't know. It's a little lame to me, but overall it ended up pretty nice, I guess. I think it's a nice looking exhaust system, and I hope it sounds good. We'll get to see that. But I just thought I'd offer my thoughts on that. If anybody else has an A-body that they're working on, I don't know how the rest of their kits are. They might be awesome on Chevys and stuff like that. It's way more popular, I guess. But yeah, do with that what you will. Thanks for watching. Next up, I'll be messing with this radiator hoses. I finally got the materials to do that, so I'm going to route those. Thanks for watching. See you next time.